Good morning, friends. So, it is my goal to do a daily devotional every day, every morning. So, it's my goal. I'm going to shoot for it. I actually have this really good devotional called Every Day in His Presence. It's a 365 day devotional. So, I don't know. I guess I read one twice, only leap year. But I have gone through it several times, so I will be sharing from that some. So, for those of you who are going to be interested and who are going to watch it, would you rather for me to read straight from it, or just hit the high points that I wrote on each one? And I've got notes on some of them, so I'll probably start from those that I have notes on. And what I may do is just talk about it and then share a picture of it in the comments instead of just reading it to y'all, and let y'all read it afterwards. That may would work. Let me know what you think. But the one I wanted to do this morning isn't one from in there. It's just something, a thought that I had, which so I took a recharge day yesterday because I was at a point where my mind just needed a break. So I gave it to myself, and it was very helpful. It was a good day. But then the afternoon got really stressful because I was trying to do something and I could not get it to work, and I just had a little breakdown, like literally crying over something little. But I was so stressed because it wouldn't work out and it wouldn't do right. So it stressed me out. So, and I knew I wanted to do this, so I started thinking, and the thought came to not to sweat the little things, because we're in a time where we need positivity, we need encouragement. So that's one reason I want to do this daily, because this world needs Jesus, and we need as much Jesus as we can get. So I'm just going to share it for whoever wants to participate and be partakers of it, and to share it and to comment, give me feedback. But anyways, I was sweating the little stuff yesterday evening, and it was getting to me, and that's what I really needed that day for, was because I was really at a point that I needed a break. So that's why I took it, and the day went well. Then the afternoon just crumbled, and it stressed me out. So don't sweat the small stuff. But then the scripture came to mind, and I looked it up. It's actually in Hosea, but it was, it says the little foxes are what spoiled the vine. So I had to Google it to find where it was at. I couldn't find the reference. I didn't know the reference off the top of my head. So I had to Google it. And then when I did Google it, I found a lot of other reference scriptures. And so it's Hosea 2:15. And it says, take up the foxes, the little foxes that spoil the vines, for our vines have tender grapes. So I'm not, if I start going out of context and you don't agree, comment below and straighten me out. But whenever I looked it up, it had some stuff that I read. So when you think about the vine, Jesus is the vine. He's the source of our fruit. He's the vine. We're the branches. We're supposed to bear the fruit, but any fruit that we bear should come from Him. And those fruits that we're supposed to bear are the fruits of the Spirit: love, joy, peace, long suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, and temperance, against which there is no law. So I had to finish that scripture. Anytime I think about it, I have to go ahead and go over that end part. But those little things in our life, with me, it was just trying to work on something, and it would not cooperate, and it just crumbled my mental state. But it was a little fox, and we have to be so careful, especially in these days that we're in now, not to let those little foxes creep in, because we live in discouraging times, disheartening. I mean, on one end of it, it is encouraging, because if we are spiritually awake and spiritually aware, we see the prophecies being unveiled and unfolded in front of our eyes. So we do have that encouragement, But at the same time, you know, living in America has spoiled the church. I mean, we have not faced, for the most part, there may be some states out there that have, you know, California with the COVID restrictions, and you can't go to church without a mask on, you can't sing while you're in church. I mean, that is to a degree some persecution, but the persecution faced in the Bible was death. I mean, they were stoned for their beliefs. So I feel like in America, the church has been spoiled. And a friend was sharing how they have talked, and you know, to us, little things are huge. Like stuff that would not have affected our ancestors in the way it does us is monumental to us because we're such a spoiled generation. So those little foxes, those little things really get to us because we're not used to having to do with that. We're not used to being persecuted. So on that end, it is like, whew, I'm not ready for this. You know, I want it to continue to be easy, but we have to be ready for any persecution that may come along. So that's why we have to deal with the little foxes in our life. And the thing I read online was like, to deal with them, you have to kill them. You have to get them out, and that's crucifying that flesh daily. That bad attitude that you want to get maybe with a coworker because maybe they do deserve it in the world's eyes, but as a Christian, you're not supposed to get that bad attitude with them. And I mean, that's hard stuff to understand, but that might be a little, I mean, not understand, it's hard pill to swallow. But, you know, you just have to take care of that little fox and crucify it, because the fruit that we're supposed to be bearing is supposed to be godly fruit, and that's what we're put on this earth for, is to bear godly fruit. So whatever the little fox maybe it's a bad attitude, maybe it's short patience with somebody, you're not feeling that long suffering. I know I'm not. Maybe you're not feeling gentleness, or maybe your faith is just being tested. Maybe there's a little fox coming after it. I mean, when we look at everything going around, there's big foxes, it seems like, coming after our faith. But we're more spiritually aware, I think, of those big foxes that are fighting us than we are the little ones, because the little ones can creep in unaware, unnoticed, because we're so distracted in the fight against the big ones. So be aware of those little foxes. Another scripture reference was Hosea 14:8, and the end of that says, I am like a green fir tree. From me is thy fruit found. So from within me, the fruit of Christ is found. And that's what we are being admonished. You know, that's what we are here for. And if we're not taking care of any little foxes, you know, they're going to come in and get our tender grapes and destroy the vine that or destroy the fruit that is growing from us, because we may be so focused on the big things that we ignore the little things. And we need to be spiritually aware of those little foxes as well, because that's what the word says. Those are the ones that destroy the fruit. And I just want to encourage you today to keep the faith and think on the fruits of the Spirit, and, you know, just search your heart and see if there are any little foxes in your life that you may need to take care of. So y'all have a great day, and just take care of those little foxes. Bye.